I have what I feel is an important message, especially in the time that we're in right now. I've made some notes. Those of you that know me, I make notes all the time on everything, and this way it helps me to not miss anything important I want to say. When I get through this, if this message is for you, fantastic. Hopefully it helps. If you feel it would benefit anybody, please forward this along, pass it on, and hopefully it'll help somebody else. I've been calling around, wishing people Happy Easter, Happy Passover. I've been calling for weeks now, just checking in on people. The general mood is that, well, spirits are low. In saying that, it's really easy to buy into that with everything that's going on. It's really easy to say, well, of course spirits are low. I'm trying to see things in a different light. And my kids would accuse me of, or probably start saying, Dad, why does every moment have to be a teachable moment? Well, I feel I have a strong message here. So, of course, things are different than what they were before, not just for you, not just for me, but for everybody in the world. Politicians and everyone alike, we're all in the same boat. What used to be safe is now dangerous. What we used to look forward to doing could maybe kill us or somebody else. I know it's a harsh word to say, but that's the reality we're living in. You used to look forward to taking your kids to the playground. That's now dangerous. You used to look forward just walking into Tim Hortons, or for those fancy pants people out there, going to Starbucks. And it's now dangerous to do that. Well, I have 3 points that I really want to bring across that could help change our mindset. So instead of spirits being down, maybe we could find ways to lift up our spirits a bit. So my first suggestion is stop focusing on the news. I don't mean don't watch the news. Watch it to get information. But if you're watching it all day long, you're focused on it, that's just not going to lead to anything good. The news, by design, is meant to push out negative news. Whatever is the most negative, they're going to tell you, because the media knows, as humans, we will pay more attention to what's negative than to what's positive. I'll give you an example. This morning, the headline was, unemployment rate in the 40-year history that they've been tracking it is now 7.8%, like the worst it's ever been. So the first thing I thought was, is that news? Like, we've been told to stay home. Of course unemployment rate is going to skyrocket. And then I thought, wait a minute, 7.8%. Only 7.8%? If the majority of us are supposed to stay home, shouldn't unemployment rate be 50, 60%? So stop focusing on the news. That's step number 1. It's always going to be negative. Step number 2, what you focus on expands. You really need to buy into that little phrase. What you focus on expands. So if you're focused on the news and you're listening to all these negative stories, even stories that are positive, the news puts a negative spin on it, you're going to see more negative things all around you. It's just going to be popping up. You don't want to believe that? Let me give you an example and see if I can convince you. So let's just forget about this conversation for a second. Let's say you wanted to buy a car. And some of you can actually remember a situation in your life where you wanted to buy something. In this case, we're going to say you want to buy a new car. It's Sunday afternoon. You call one of your friends and you say, I want to buy a new car. You don't know what to buy. And your friend says, hey, the new Mustang is a really nice looking car. You should buy the new Mustang. You don't know what it looks like. They go, you've never seen it out there? I say, no, I don't know what it looks like. So they send you a picture and you look at it on your phone and say, that's a nice looking car. So Sunday evening, you go online, you start looking, and you see the car online, looks really nice, you like it. You go to bed, you wake up Monday, ready to go to work. This was pre-health crisis time when you were going to work Monday morning. So you're driving to work, you're thinking of the car, stopped at the red light on the opposite direction. The first car that's there getting ready to make a left turn is the Mustang that you were looking at online that you're thinking of buying. You say, wow, that's a nice looking car. You see it there. You drive through Tim Hortons. The car in front of you ordering is the same Mustang. You're like, wow, not the same one you saw at the light, but a different, but it's the same car. And you're thinking, wow, this is a great looking car. You park at the parking lot where you work. You start walking to the front door of your office, and you see the car again parked just a little bit over from where you parked. You've seen it 3 times on the way to work, but before that day, you had no idea what it looked like. What happened? Did these Mustangs miraculously start to appear? They were always there. You just were not thinking about it, so it made no difference. You could have tripped over one and never known it. But now, because you're focused on, I'm thinking of buying a Mustang, you start to see them everywhere. This has happened to all of us. We never knew something existed. We think about it, and then we start to see it everywhere. So, getting back to step 1, stop focusing on the news, because you're going to see more of negative situation. Step 2, buy into what you focus on expands. You need to believe it, and then you could start thinking about more positive things, which leads us to step number 3. Start focusing on what you can change. We're too focused on, in most cases, on what we can't control. But if we focus on what we can change, we feel we have some control. We feel we could better our own situation. Look, we're not going to overnight fix this whole health crisis. But you're at home, or you should be. You're at home, you're with your family. We normally in the past would, I know me personally, I've dreamed of spending more time with my family. Now I have the opportunity to do that. Focus on what can you do to have more fun with your family. You're with them anyways, you might as well make the best of it. Focus on not the situation we're in, but when we're out of this, and you need to know, and you need to wholeheartedly believe we're going to get through this, what happens on the other side? Well, I know there's a bunch of you that are listening to this that are trying to get a promotion at work maybe, and you need some other education or some other training. Well, do it now. YouTube has everything you want to learn. You could learn so much on YouTube. I know there's people listening to this message, and there's chores around the house. For one, I know I've got chores that have been sitting around for 2 years that I've wanted to do. I've never had the time, or I didn't know how and never had the time to learn how to do it. Fixing your back deck, painting, anything. Learn now, you've got the time. And then when we get out of this, you would have picked up some more information. You've bettered yourself. For me, I'm focused on, well, you can see from the studio that we have here, if you've been following us, you know that we produce a lot of content on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We're learning how to do it better. We're experimenting with other things because we've got time now. So when we get out of this, and we will get out of this, we're going to be better prepared as a business. We're going to be better prepared as a family. Those are the 3 points I really want to get across. Again, 1, stop focusing on the news. 2, buy into what you focus on expands. And 3, start focusing on what you actually can change and can control. What you think about expands. It's really, really important. Look, this is a crazy time. Focus on being safe. Focus on being a hero. What I mean by that is, if you're not subjecting yourself or other people to the virus, anything like that, you're a hero. You're saving somebody's life there. So focus on that. Focus on being safe, being a hero. Focus on the time you have with your family and the extra time that we all wish we would have had. Be safe, and we'll talk to you the next time.